I'm Bobby Seagull. I'm a school maths teacher, author, and TV presenter for the BBC series Monkman & Seagulls Genius Guides. In 2019, I became the UK Libraries Champion, taking over the role that was previously held by classicist Mary Beard and polymath Stephen Fry. The organisation that represents library professionals, called CILIP, have given me an honorary fellowship, which means I'm a librarian for life now. Libraries play a huge part in this and my story. As a child, my father used to take me and my brothers to East Ham Library. The original library was a beautiful red-bricked Edwardian building. Every Saturday after lunch, it was our weekly ritual. Inside the library, beside a glazed jade green fireplace, there were shelves of books. And we'd sit for many hours on the floor, sprawled, cross-legged, which I can't do nowadays, devouring books on just about everything. Normally, I'd head first to the science section. That was my favourite section. Hence, I ended up as a maths teacher. But if I just peered around the corner, you can see, oh, there's the gardening and food section. Oh, there's the music section over there. Oh, there's the teenage fiction, and over there's the reference and geography. We've read all sorts of books about the Aztec civilization, Victorian engineering, the fiction of Roald Dahl. There wasn't any specific learning objective, but it was more to encourage a sense of openness and wonder about the world. My dad actually named me after a book. Growing up in the 70s, he read a short novel by American author Richard Bach. It was a multi-million bestseller called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Almost a hippie novella of its time, though now considered a classic. Normally, seagulls, you know what they're like. They're a bit annoying, all they do is eat fish, nowadays they'll pinch your chips. After being full of food, they'll go back to bed. For the average seagull, a life of repetitive monotony. But for Jonathan Livingston in the book, he thought, you know these wings? Flying is not just functional. We should really explore what it means to be a seagull. So he soared the skies and the heights and found a greater purpose to his living than just subsistence, and inspired other seagulls to do the same. And my dad thought, this is such a powerful story of someone educating themselves and inspiring others to be educated. So from day one of my existence, he named me Bobby Seagull, with Seagull as my only ever surname. I've only ever been Bobby Seagull. When people meet me nowadays, they often say, "Whoa, Bobby, you're really smart." Even in the school playground, some students will point and say, "Oh, there's the genius teacher." I'll have a little bit of banter with them, but when it comes down to it, I wasn't born smart. There's a concept of tabula rasa, blank slate. We're all born as minds open to learn about the world. We are open books. So why do we so often limit ourselves to a particular shelf in life? Why do so many of us underestimate ourselves and each other? What are the consequences of creating barriers and boundaries within our cultural systems? Let's take the concept of maths anxiety. That fear of numbers leading us to think we're either a maths person or we're not. Or that's what we've learned to believe. We hear people confidently state, "I'm not a maths person, I don't do numbers." But if we allow ourselves to think and develop in these terms, the danger is that we limit ourselves and each other. Nearly half the UK's adult population currently have the maths and numeracy skills of an 11-year-old. So the danger is real and deep-rooted. Maths is not a skill we're born with, and we can all achieve competency with the right approach. In 1959, a novelist, C.P. Snow, who began his career as a research scientist, gave a lecture in Cambridge called The Two Cultures. He said the world almost split itself up into the arts and the sciences, and there's like a gulf of mutual incomprehension between literary figures and scientists. C.P. Snow said that as a society, if we're truly to solve world problems, we need the two, the arts and sciences, to work together. Because a coordinated multidisciplinary approach is the best way for societal progress. I think individually, we need to think about the way we stereotype ourselves, and other people as well. Because again, if we say, "Oh, that's a maths person," they clearly won't understand the arts world. Or, "That's a person for music and literature," they clearly won't understand the sciences. We're stopping people from connecting. As people, we connect when we find commonalities. So the message I'd like to leave you with today, the thought I want to provoke, is around the idea that we're not born with a set of abilities. Of course, we acknowledge there's a spectrum of talent, but all of us, with the right motivation, encouragement and experiences, can change our paths and trajectories, and crucially, the paths and trajectories of others. Together, I'm certain that by soaring across some of society's self-imposed stereotypes and boundaries, we can reach and empower 66 million people. The question is, how? Over to you.